Not a lot of people know this, but it's just something in my family. I've seen it in my grandmother. Saw it in my grandfather, to my grandmother, to my mom, to my aunts, to me, right? But I didn't notice it in myself until I was with Jeezy.
Interesting. You didn't notice in your previous marriage?
No, because it has to do with the type of relationship you have and the type of respect you have for that person to mirror things back to you where you actually would stop you in your tracks and evaluate yourself, you know?
So you had it.
So I had it, but nobody
ever
called me out on it. Also, in my line of work, sometimes being a boss isn't so great for you because you have a lot of people who just agree to what you want. They're yes men, right? And so I didn't notice that I had a hot temper until I got with Jeezy. And here's a person who is my equal and I really respect. And when I would spew some of my old habits, and he was like, like who, that's not flying here. And also it would trigger him to come back at me with things where I was like, who the fuck do you think you are? But I was triggering him. So through work, we learned that we both have certain habits that to the everyday person, from friends, family, fans, they'll never see it. But to the person who loves us deep enough, you can press that button and boom, the dragon comes out. And we both have it. So we had to work on that. But he never told me to fix my temper. I just saw it and I thought, unless I want to stay in this place where I lose this person I love and I stay in my comfort zone of doing what I want to do and function the way I have for the last 40 years when nobody else had to stop me.
Which obviously has done quite well for you.
Right, I could have. But this was something greater that I wanted. And also a great challenge to myself to say, what if, now that I know it exists and the dragon's there, what if I got rid of that? How do I kill that dragon or store it in its place so that...
So as you can see, in the video, man, Jemima herself said she don't like holding herself accountable. She want men to be accountable, but she doesn't like to hold herself accountable. She stated that she grew up in a line of women like her mother and grandmother who probably never used to been telling what to do. And I believe her mother is single, and also her grandmother died single. So because of that, when they're in a relationship, they have to be in a relationship with a man that is docile, kind of like her ex-husband. But when they're dating a man who like try to put them in their place, even though after the interview, or during the interview to be exact, she was explaining how she made those changes. I guess those changes wasn't enough to allow Digi to stay. Now, they just got married almost like 2 years ago, and they live in Atlanta. But she's shooting a new show, and that show is in California. So that means she left her husband behind to go in California to shoot a TV show. Now, it's nothing. She probably gonna go over there for like maybe a month or two. You know, that's the amount of time they take for shooting a show. But if it's like a daily show, that would be a problem for Jeezy, because you will be gone for like 5-6 days. If it's like in Atlanta, you get back home at night, that's fine. But if this show is in like California, well, you're gonna be over there 5-7 days a week, and then you're gonna keep driving back in the weekend. Bro, that's not a marriage. Now, if you both live in California, that's different else. So that's what I mean about, like, you know what I mean, prioritize, because some men is gonna be okay with that their wife is like in a whole other state. But Jeezy is somebody that's very busy, and you're going to be very busy. They're gonna not have time for marriage. Not everyone can be Beyonce and Jay-Z. And you even see, like, I think both Jay-Z and Beyonce understand and they compromise. What do you mean by that? And I even see Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith does that, right? When one have a big project, the other one doesn't work. So that means the other one supporting the other one, right? And because it helped them to still be able to have time for each other. But when you're working and she's working, and you guys only talk over the phone, and you guys see each other every other weekend, especially when the marriage is new, that is gonna be a problem. But guys, What do you think what I said, man? What do you think about Jeezy filed for divorce, Jamie and mine, and the video resurfaced of her explaining and how she have a problem of being probably like submissive and being accountable for her action, right? Let me know what you think about the whole situation, man. If you're first time to my channel, thank you so much for watching. While you're there, go and like video, share video, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Deuces.